in a time like no other. Opportunities around every corner, and all we have to do is be passionate enough to pursue our dreams. How different would our lives be if we weren't afraid to chase after our dreams? What would our lives look like if we paid attention to what successful people are doing? If you want to stop living a mediocre life, then you gotta stop playing small. In 2000, there were 14.7 million people out there who had $1 million status. 20 years later, that has literally climbed by 400% to 59.4 million people in the world who've got $1 million status. But what exactly contributed to this massive growth? Well, the simple answer here is the internet. Because when you look at it, the internet has allowed average Joes to become millionaires. Not overnight, of course, but within a shorter period of time compared to 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
It was originally born out of sheer panic of the United States after the launch of Sputnik 1 from the Soviets. The internet stands for something very different. It has now become much larger, more influential, and integral than any technology developed before it.
When you look at it, 50 years ago, the normal way to become a millionaire was you had to either have, worked up the ladder on a corporate level, right? Or you need to work for someone who is a millionaire and then learn the skill sets so that you can become a millionaire. A long, slow, arduous process to get there. Nowadays, it's different. I want to go a step further and tell you exactly what the key to success here is. Because in 2004, YouTube was launched. And the following years after that came a money-making machine because it turned average, ordinary people into millionaires. You saw the growth, right? You saw these people who were poor or broke. Like, for example, I can list people like MrBeast. All these people have one thing in common. They did not grow up with money. They did not grow up with wealth. They didn't go down the corporate ladder, right? They used their passion and their skill sets to entertain people on the internet. So what exactly turns a creator into a creatorpreneur? Because there are differences, right? The first thing is creatorpreneur, also known as a digital innovator, a synthesizer, a multipreneur, right? These are basically people who are creators, who turn their expertise, their skills, their experience, their knowledge, their know-how, etc., right? And package it into a course, an ebook, a program, a membership site, and the list goes on and on and on. And this is the difference, because when you look at all the successful people on YouTube, the millionaires, they don't focus primarily on AdSense or brand sponsorships. A lot of them have other stuff behind the scenes. They've got programs, they've got courses, they've got ebooks, they've got membership sites, they've got events that they host, and etc., right? And regardless of what you might think about this, they still are entrepreneurs. And a lot of us have had this perspective twisted around, and we're like, oh, but isn't it sleazy to sell, a $500 course on program on this? But is it really? Because 20 years ago, this was the norm. 20 years ago, you would go and pay thousands of dollars to go to summit or conference. So what is exactly the difference here? But I won't be talking about that today. What I'll be basically talking about is how these people have managed to become millionaires using a secret playbook, right? Now, if you've been watching this Making Bank YouTube series, the whole point of this was not only just to encourage you, but for you to look underneath the surface of what truly makes these people successful. And we've looked at people like Abdalla, who was a doctor, who had no knowledge about YouTube and how to make money online, and who basically his experience was being a doctor, and he took that medical experience and uploaded his first video talking about how people can actually pass their exams in medical school. Then we look at the life of Riza. His goal in life was to be a cinematographer who took her experiences, what she learned about personal development and awareness and growth and mindset, and she packaged it and started talking about her experiences. Now, the same goes with Zoe from Better Ideas and Gillian Perkins, who are entrepreneurs who also deal with mindset and personal development. When we look through all the list of people who are extremely successful on YouTube, the question here is, what makes them different from the typical online content creator? Why should we jump onto the YouTube bandwagon? Now, there are advantages to YouTube. First of all, there's one thing you gotta understand about YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. It's not like every other platform. It's not like a blog. It's not like a podcast. It's not like social media. Because the difference here is YouTube makes people who might not get visibility on a blog or on a podcast get visibility on YouTube. That's the big difference. And that's why YouTube is a money-making machine if you understand how it works. Because I was a blogger, right? I'm still a blogger, but it took years for me to be noticed on my blog compared to on YouTube. The same thing goes with social media. You can spend so much time and effort posting and posting and posting. Eventually, of course, you will get there, but it takes way more time than YouTube. I'm not saying filming and editing and doing thumbnails is easier, but there is a beauty in YouTube. Another thing is YouTube is basically a platform that allows everyday people to have the power of a filmmaker. And this is what makes it incredibly important in this day and age. Another thing is YouTube allows you to take your experience and share with people. You give a lot of free content and eventually people will reciprocate. Eventually people will catch on to who you are. Eventually people will take the bait and decide to subscribe or get interested in who you are and what your story is. But there is an important reason as well. The advantage of YouTube compared to every other social media network, compared to every other platform. And that is simply put, that YouTube allows us to tell stories in an engaging, informative, and inventive ways. And if you watch the Life of Rizzo video, the reason why she became incredibly popular was because of stories, human connection. And YouTube allows us to have that human connection where you're watching someone across the screen and it feels as if that person's your friend, it feels as if that person, that person, it feels as if you're talking to someone directly, which is different from social media and blogging and podcasting because there is no rapport, right? Whereas with YouTube, it's so different. And the last advantage of YouTube is when you don't give up, eventually the YouTube algorithm will decide to show your video to a lot of people. What happens, your growth will be instantaneous, but not only that, you will start making a lot of mileage from it because it allows people, ordinary people, to have so many income streams, different income streams. That's why content creators also get the name of being the multipreneurs, because they'll have 6, 7, 9, 10, 11 income streams. And that is what makes people millionaires, the level of income streams that they have. What exactly is the journey of a content creator? How does a content creator go from being a content creator to a entrepreneur or a digital innovator? The simple answer is this. It's all to do with your mindset. Because when you're looking at it, right, your mindset is the key to achieving success. Your mindset is the key to building the foundation you need. Your mindset is the key to achieving what you want. And that's what takes a content creator from being a content creator or creatorpreneur. And years ago, it was something that stuck with me when I watched Vanessa Lau. That one of the reasons why she became a 6-figure entrepreneur was because she started thinking like a 6-figure entrepreneur. We're so used to doing things when we want to do it. We're so used to saying, I don't feel like filming today. I don't feel like, going for a run. I don't feel like eating healthy. I don't feel like doing this and this and this. But the problem with that is you're always going to stay exactly where you are. And that is why it's so important for you not to stay where you are. It's so important for you to keep on going, keep on moving, keep on climbing the ranks, keep on focusing on where you want to go and what you want to do. And this will allow you going from a content creator to a creatorpreneur or digital innovator. So now I'm going to be talking about the playbook. I promised you the playbook, right? So what exactly is the playbook that a lot of these people are using? First of all, it's so ingrained, right, on the surface that you don't even realize it. Boiling right there. Directly talk about this. Because when you think about it, we always think that, they're making money from YouTube. But are they really? AdSense and brand deals can pay the bills. Not saying they won't. But what makes these millionaires? Ali Abdalla is literally going to reach $4 million, 4 million pounds, or $5 million and $5 million probably by the end of this year and early next year. And the reason for his success is simply that he's packaged his skills. He's packaged what he knows. He's packaged his expertise and sells it to people. And the thing is with us, we all want to learn. How many hours a day do you spend on YouTube learning a new skill, whether it's learning how to play the guitar, or how to become a published author, or how to do graphic design, or how to get into coding? We all learn, and often we spend so many hours trying to learn these things. And when someone who we follow and who we like and we trust, offers something to us on a silver platter, we're like, give me, because we can trust this person. And this is something I learned a few years ago. First, people need to know you, they need to like you, then they need to trust you. Now, if you don't have these three ingredients, if people don't know you, if they don't like you, and if they don't trust you, they're not going to buy anything from you. And this is why we like the people, the YouTubers who are relatable, who are personable, who feel like a friend, language they use, like besties or friends. We can connect with that. It all goes down to the human connection, the building blocks to success. Connecting with people across the globe, regardless of race, gender, it goes across the norm, right? The playbook they use, they basically they synthesize what they know, turn it around. They create a network, a system, a dialogue, a program that you can follow through with. And a lot of them, if you find out, have written books, they've done courses, they've done programs, they've done membership sites. And this is what makes them the millionaires that they are. The playbook, right? The playbook that turns ordinary Joes into content creators, into entrepreneurs or digital innovators or synthesizers. They literally package that and then they sell that to you. So what exactly can we learn from this? Well, the answer here is simply put, the people who make money, right, are always going to be people who are doing more than the people who don't. Now, success is all about a roadmap. You got to follow what successful people are doing. And the roadmap that a lot of these people are doing is they're all getting into courses and ebooks and membership sites and programs and events. And regardless of what you might feel towards that, let's be honest here, the internet is a place where there's so many personalities. What exactly can we learn from this? Well, the first thing is, in order for you to go from being an ordinary Joe or an ordinary online content creator, you need to understand what experience, what expertise, what skill sets do you have that you can package and sell to people so that they can learn from you, right? That's another thing. Also, you got to realize that as I'm going through the Making Bank YouTube series, right, it's important for you to take note of what these successful people are doing that's making them successful. Do what they do, right? Not what they say, okay? Because often they're not going to exactly give it to you on a silver platter and say, hey, this is how I make, $1 million. Of course, unless it's Ali Abdalla who's actually said, right, how he makes his money through online courses and ebooks. So it's so important for you to understand that. Another thing you need to note is the content creating journey or the digital innovator journey is not an easy one. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes, patience, because YouTube is not going to allow you to make that much money in the instant because people don't know you. If they don't know you, how can they like you? How can they trust you? So you need to develop a trust system with YouTube by always uploading your videos. That's why it's so important that when you do decide to go into YouTube, that you upload on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, so that you develop a trust rapport with YouTube, and then eventually your videos will start getting more visible. You start getting more people, more eyeballs on your videos. Yeah, but listen, if you haven't watched videos 1 to 3 to get a grasp of what I've been talking about in this video, and I'm going to resume the next one with someone interesting. It's next week. So please please subscribe so that you're always notified whenever a new video comes out. It really helps me. It also helps me to actually make sure that you get this video, okay? And also helps me to know that you like this video as well. So if you really enjoyed it, please please subscribe. All right, thank you.